It's the Super MMA Bros. Who the freak are these guys? They're calling every fight, never wrong, always.
We want to talk about that is the White House card. What we think would be a good fight, what could happen. I think that's a good subject. You want to talk about that right now?
Yeah, I think for women's MMA, Nunes wants to come back and fight again. Great.
Yeah,
Maybe she
that'd
fights
be great. And
Ronda,
I think that's highly
right?
likely, right? Because that would be like a huge card.
And Dana can trust Ronda. That's
It'd be
why
her
she was putting
versus
out this
Kayla
little,
Harrison, right? Because Kayla, she's the champ now, I believe, right?
right?
Great
Right?
fight. And Amanda was already she was at the pressers for that fight, kind of hinting she might come back. So that's highly
Yes.
likely. That could be cool.
And then you could use
She's an
Ronda as the
American fighter
backup.
too, Kayla Harrison. They're kind of rare. They're all daggy standees now, like most of the UFC
Yes.
roster, right?
You want
Or
Americans on the
Brazilians.
White House card. So to your point, Kayla Harrison versus Nunes, and then Ronda's the backup card. And really you just want Kayla fighting. And this is, Kayla's roided to the gills and she's a real fighter. So I'll watch her
No, no.
fight.
What are you talking about? She looks very feminine, but she's a cool person though. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that being a
Oh,
co-main.
that
Fine.
reminds
Put
me.
Kayla.
In the Nina drama interview, so like I think she asked Kayla Harrison, like, "Oh, what fighter do people most say you look like?" And she said Brock Lesnar. But so she has a
Yeah,
sense of
she's
humor. I like her though.
yeah, I like her, and I'd love to see her fight as a co-main because she's an American, and why not? And you're still at ESPN, who's owned by Disney. Fulfill the wokeness in a way that's good. But here's my issue with the top of the card. Michael Chandler is saying that Connor and him are signed. I think, or Connor was saying they were signed or something. I
Yeah,
haven't
but
heard
Dana
official
White
word.
came out afterwards and said no, nothing signed for sure, right? So I think
Exactly.
Connor's doing the UFC strategy. He's doing a reversal at him and like lying about that the fight's signed to put pressure and interest to make it happen. Um,
Yeah.
but he got something where he's banned from fighting for I forget how many months because he missed drug test. So
I
it
think
might
he's
pass the
still
UFC card, maybe not. Let me look it up.
no, it doesn't. I think it's like April or something like that. He's banned till it's not.
Okay,
He'll be able to make the card, but
maybe.
Connor will show up for something like this. I think Dana probably wants it. I think Trump probably wants it. It'll get more eyes. So I think for the
Hmm.
first time, Dana White is gonna want this fight because putting Conor McGregor and Chandler,
It'd be
like
great.
let's
Yeah.
say as
Chandler's
a
American
co-main,
fighter too. It's like perfect.
yeah, because you could have three co-mains in a way. You could have Kayla versus whoever. You have Connor versus McGregor, and then you have a big heavyweight fight potentially with Aspinall versus John
You
Jones.
almost said
There's
Aspinall because
talks
we're
of
used to
that,
Rampage Jackson.
and that's the thing. Dana doesn't want to do it, but like Trump loves John Jones. Trump loves American fighters,
Well,
and
yeah. You're right that Dana understandably is butthurt at John because John wasted all of our time for that year. But I think his approach is tell Johns it's not happening, make him butthurt, and then like when it's very near to it happening, then you finally talk. You treat him like someone that's fucked you over, right? So like, a few months before, you're like, are you actually gonna do this? But maybe you don't even make him the main event because like to fuck him over in case he pulls out or something.
and here's an interesting thought: if Cyril Gone beats Aspinall come the next pay-per-view, then John gets to duck Aspinall and fight Cyril Gone again for the world heavyweight
Yeah.
title. So, right, it's kind of, and that's John's wet dream is that. I don't think that's going to
It's
happen, but
kind of a dumb fight for
Dana,
fans though, because we know Johns would just destroy Cyril again, with the wrestling.
but
But
here's the thing, you guys. Trump loved John. Remember, John did the little Trump dance at the end of his fight with him in the crowd. So heavyweight fight is always a creme de la creme. So I think, if Surreal Gon's there and he lost to Tom Aspinall, Tom's probably not getting the rematch. And who else are you going to have him fight? Maybe Almeida. Like, but I think John's a perfect fit because then he gets to win the title at the White House and Trump loves him. I don't want to see that myself, but I think if
there's a chance
Surreal
of
Gon,
that.
so
Yeah.
Dana White is hoping that Aspinall beats Cyril Gone because then the Aspinall fight will actually happen. Because John, this
Well,
is legacy. This is a one-off, like
but
the
there's the
Sphere.
thing too that Alex Pereira was saying he wants to fight Aspinall at the White House, right? And honestly, for Dana, like Dana was saying maybe not yet, but you never know because Pereira, I think, is 38, and he was saying he's thinking about legacy, right? He doesn't have much more to fight. Like that'd be a good fight though. Pereira versus John Jones, right? Like at the White House, that could. And John Jones said he wanted that in the past, right? So that could be likely to happen.
Well, to your point, what could happen is because remember 300, we watched 300, you have all this super crazy stack card, but everything's like a co-main in a way. Possibly it could be something like Tom Aspinall versus Almeida or somebody else, and then you have John Jones versus Alex, or you might have this. It could be John Jones versus Aspinall and Alex Pierre is the backup. So if either fighter pulls out, Alex can go in, right?
Yeah,
That could be a great, or John could be the backup fighter, but I don't think John would accept that. I think John wants to be on the card.
I
That's
think
the
so.
issue.
And he can't really trust it this far out. Even if he says he wants to fight, that's how Dana's treat him. And I think that's right. You wait till January at least before you even talk to John Jones about that, I think. But
And
yeah,
here's what's crazy, like we watched the Sphere card, we thought about going, we almost went. Like that's a one-time event, and that's why it's so special. Like this will probably never, ever, ever happen again. What other US president's gonna let you build a freaking thing on the
yeah.
lawn, build an oct like no other president's into the UFC enough to do this. So this is gonna have all the casuals watching, all the Trumpers watching, like
Even
even
if you're
my
not a
mom
Trumper,
knows who
it's
Conor
like
McGregor is.
yeah,
Like my mom doesn't know
it's gonna
anything
be a
about
national
MMA.
thing, like you said, and like the news, all the news stories, even the ones that don't like Trump, don't like MMA, they're gonna report on it, right? So it's any publicity is good publicity, so it's gonna be talked about regardless. Like they already put Dana White on 60 Minutes to promote it, like they interviewed him, right? Because it Paramount Plus, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, conflict of interest a little bit, but we're just
And make that your plan. Oh, watch out, bro, cause we seeing red again. Come on, subscribe, don't hold back, or we gonna get Nate to hit you with a Stockton slap. You can trust us, we ain't like DC on a scale.